everyone, welcome back to While You Were Cleaning. Today I have some Dollar Tree Christmas decor DIYs and ideas to share with you. This year I am decorating my home in a silver and gold theme, and so all of today's DIYs go along with that color scheme. But you can change up these DIYs to do whatever colors you are using for your Christmas decorations this year. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you do, please hit that like button, please comment and subscribe, and we'll go ahead and get started. All of today's DIYs went into this corner where our Christmas tree is, and almost all of the items that you'll see in this corner right now are from Dollar Tree. For my first DIY today, I'm going to show you how I put together these stars going across the wall behind our Christmas tree. And to start off, I'm going to paint these two stars. These are from Dollar Tree. They come in a few different colors. I'm going to be painting these stars in this Rust-Oleum metallic silver spray paint. This is a very shiny finish, and I did end up adding 2 coats to the stars. The gold one was a lot easier to cover than the red one was, but when I went back to get another gold one, all they had left were red, so I ended up having to add a few extra coats to that red one. And here you can see those 2 stars with the finished silver coat on them. I also picked up 2 more of those stars in a gold glitter finish, and this is how they came from Dollar Tree. I'll also be using these gold glitter stars that come in a 5-pack. Also in the party section, you can find these silver star cutouts. This is a 5-pack. You can also find these plates in silver and gold. I started off by hanging my 4 larger plastic stars, and to hang these up with, I used pins like what you would use for sewing. These stars are pretty lightweight, so the pins hold them up just fine, and I prefer pins to nails. If you want to use nails instead, that's fine, but I didn't want to have holes that I would have to patch later, and the pins leave a really tiny hole. You'll just want to use a hammer to put them in place because they do kind of hurt trying to push the pin into drywall. Because of the shape of the back of these stars, a command strip won't work very well for this, but the pins work great. To hold the rest of my stars in place, I'm going to use this foam tape. I added 3 of these silver cutout stars next, and I'm trying to go lower on the left-hand side and then move to a higher point on the right-hand side going across the back of the tree. I also added a few of these plates. I added 2 of the matte gold ones and then 2 of the matte silver ones. And I'm really just adding these in random places. There's not necessarily a pattern to what I'm doing except for starting lower on one side and ending higher on the other. I also added all 5 of these gold ornaments to the wall as well. And here you can see how all of the stars look going across the back of the tree. You can see different stars at different points depending on where you are in my living room. I've also seen this done with snowflakes, and I really love the way that that looked. So if you like snowflakes better than stars, you could also try something with that. Dollar Tree does have a lot of snowflakes out right now, or you could cut out your own from paper. Next, I'm going to be making 3 different trees, and I'm going to be using poster board as the base of all of those. I really didn't measure anything for these trees. I just rolled them to a shape or a size that I liked, and then I cut them out from the poster board. I used the first one that I cut out as a template in order to make a larger tree as well, and all 3 of the trees that I made all came from one piece of poster board. I was surprised that I was able to get all 3 of them from just one piece. I'm going to use tape to hold these together, so I went ahead and I pre-cut a few pieces of tape. That way, once I got this rolled, it is kind of hard to hold it all together, so you want to have a few pieces of tape ready in order to tape this down once you get the shape that you like. So you can add your few pieces of tape and then come back through and cut off any weird edges that you might have. And then I went back over this with one long piece of tape as well. Once you get the seam tape down, you're going to want to trim any excess off the bottom so that it can sit up straight. I'm going to cover this cone with this silver gift wrap that I picked up from Dollar Tree. Unroll your gift wrap, and then you can use the cone to measure how much you'll need of the gift wrap in order to cover your cone, and then you can cut along that point. And then once you are sure that it's enough to cover the cone, you can go back through and cut off any excess of the gift wrap. Next, you can add some hot glue along the seam of your cone and then line up that edge with the edge of your paper and then start rolling your cone across. Once you're getting close to finishing it, you can add some hot glue again and finish rolling, and this will hold down the edge of the paper. Once you're done with the gluing, you can go back and you can cut off any excess paper from along the side. You can also cut off the excess paper from around the bottom of the cone. You'll want to leave just a little bit, maybe about an inch or so that you can tuck it into the bottom of your cone. I'm going to be using these small Christmas bulbs from Dollar Tree to cover my cone with. These come in a 15 pack, and I believe that they are one of the smaller sizes that you can find. And I chose all silver ones. I got some that were all glitter, and then some that were multi-packs, and then some that were solid colors. And you're just going to start from the bottom of your cone and glue these to each other and to the cone shape. I dumped all of my bulbs into a container and then I just grabbed them by random. I didn't really go by any sort of pattern. I did do more solid colors and then glitter colors because I did have some extra glitter ones. But you also want to make sure that you face that part where you would normally add an ornament hook. You want to face that in. It should be touching the cone part and have it up and off to the side a little bit. You can see in the video here how I placed mine. But you want it to be that way so that when you add a new row, the new row of bulbs is covering that hook portion of the bulb on the row below it. And you can see how that works while I'm adding mine in this video. I used 7 of those 15 packs of ornaments in order to cover my cone. Depending on the size of your cone, you may need more or less ornaments. When you get to the very last row, you're going to be facing those ornaments down instead of up. You want that hook portion to be down into the row below it. And I added 3 right here at the top to finish off that last row. And then the very last ornament on the top, you're going to have to cut off the very peak of your cone. And then I pulled off the hook portion of my ornament, added some glue in the center, and then pushed the last bulb in place. I also used some of this gold foil wrap to cover 2 of my trees as well. This smallest one here, I cut it down so it was just as long as this diamond wrap that I picked up from Dollar Tree. And this diamond wrap, I'm going to cut 5 strips from it in order to add to my tree. You have to be careful with the sticky backing on this diamond wrap because it likes to come away from the diamonds and stick to the paper instead of sticking to the diamonds. So be careful of that as you're pulling the paper off. But I just lined these up at the top, at the peak of my tree, and then brought them straight down the tree. And I added 5 of these strips around my gold Christmas tree. They also sell this diamond wrap in other colors as well. I picked up a silver one and I haven't used that one for one of these projects, but I really love the way that this one turned out and it adds a nice glam look to this gold tree. And here I'll show you the 3 different trees that I put together. The tallest one here is just covered in the gold paper, and then the smallest one is covered in the gold paper and then has the diamond wrap added to it. And then my 3rd tree was covered in silver paper, and then I added all of these bulbs around it. The price on all of these can really vary just depending on how big or how small you decide to make your own tree. This next DIY is very simple, and it's using one of these larger DIY ornament bulbs from Dollar Tree. And I'm simply just going to add some fairy lights to the inside of this clear bulb. These are fairy lights that I already had. You can find fairy lights at Dollar Tree. You can also pick up some of their smaller strands of Christmas lights, and those would work as well. And here you can see those bulbs in place. I ended up putting together 3 of these. I also wanted to mention this picture on the wall that says "Find joy in everything." I found that at Dollar Tree as well. Lastly, I wanted to show you some items that I added to my tree. I picked up some poinsettias on clearance last year from Walmart, but then this poinsettia here I just picked up from Dollar Tree, and I used a few of each of the poinsettias and added those to my tree. I also wanted to add some floral branches to the top of my tree, so I picked up some glitter branches from Dollar Tree. I picked up 2 gold and 2 silver, and they're in 2 different styles. So I added gold, then silver, and then gold, and then silver, and these hold in place really well in the top of the tree, and I think that they really just add something to the tree. I have not yet finished decorating my tree, but I wanted to show it to you first with all of the Dollar Tree items that I have added to the tree and to the wall behind the tree and on the shelves. Pretty much everything in this video is from Dollar Tree, and so I wanted to show you what you could do with Dollar Tree items before I finished adding all of my other decorations to the tree. If you want to see my tree finished, I'm sure I'll share it over on Instagram once it is finished, and you can find the link to my Instagram down in the comments. Thank you all so much for joining me for today's Dollar Tree Christmas DIY video. I hope that you have enjoyed it in this silver and gold theme. Again, you can adjust these colors to match your colors this year as well. Thank you again for supporting me, and I hope you have a great day. Bye!